morning, my Self-Care Society family. Welcome to Winning the Week. My name is Danica Brycia, and I'll be your guide for today's session. Hello. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sarah, Monica, Carrie, Esther, Karen, Tara, or Tara. Tara, let me know how you prefer to be said. And hello to everyone else who is here, maybe not in the chat, but here. I see you and I welcome you. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Did anyone do anything fun that they want to share this weekend? What did I do? I worked a bit this weekend, but it was on something that, a dream that I've been wanting to fulfill. So that's really good, right? And we spent a lot of time outside this weekend too, because it was really quite nice here in Las Vegas. So anyway, what'd you do this weekend? How did it go? How are you feeling today? Hello. So we've got a great class planned. It's called the Self-Love Reset because I had to do something given that Valentine's Day is at the end of the week on Friday. And I wanted to do something in the self-love arena because the truth is that there can never be too much self-love. That's the reality, right? And the reason I say that is because the more that we love ourselves, the more we care for ourselves. The more that we love ourselves, the more we confidently go after our dreams, right? The more we love ourselves, the better we are to other people. And so I think that strengthening the self-love muscle is never a poor use of time. Okay, so as always, it'll be relevant to this week as well, but we'll have some really good exercises to get excited. All right, Lauren says, weekend number 3 of my 200-hour yoga training teacher training. It was amazing. Awesome. That's so cool, Lauren. Yes, Tara said, I had a great gal weekend with my best friend. Beautiful. Karen, we met with friends for lunch who moved out of state last year. It was great to see them. Lots of great walks outside too. Beautiful. Sherry went to Red Lantern creating workshop. Very cool. Jess said, finally finished our holiday puzzle. Love it. Awesome. Okay, my friends, so let's get started. So as I said, this class is called the Self-Love Reset. So we're going to start with a quote and this is in honor of Valentine's Day, which is occurring at the end of this week if you are watching this live. All right, so our quote comes from Bell Hooks, All About Love, and says, one of the best guides to how to be self-loving is to give ourselves the love we are often dreaming about receiving from others. Love as a verb, giving ourselves the care, affection, attention we deserve. When we give this kind of love to ourselves, we are no longer desperately seeking it from the outside. We become whole. Bell Hooks, All About Love. Okay, so love as a verb, giving it to ourselves so we don't necessarily have to seek it from others or in other places. And then we can just receive it with beauty when it does come to us from others. All right. So we're going to move into our first exercise. It's a celebration exercise. It's a self-appreciation inventory. Okay, so we're going to have about 3 minutes for this exercise. And what you're going to do is just write down 5 things that you're proud of about yourself right now. Okay, so my examples, I'm proud of the way I'm going after my dreams and leaping before the net appears. I'm proud of my presence as a mother and the way that I juggle quality time with my daughters with my own self-care and priorities. I'm proud of my commitment to not consume social media this year, and I'm proud of my sobriety. Okay, that was 4, just because it's an example, but try and think of at least 5. And if you can think of more, great, love to see it. Okay, so about 3 minutes here. Got one more minute. Please share in the chat. All right, come on back. Feel free to share in the chat. What are you proud of yourself for right now? Jess says, how willing I am to give things away instead of trying to make money off them. Nearly a decade of deep recovery work. Wow. Yes, that is so awesome and beautiful clarity. Karen says, I'm proud of remaining sugar-free since January 1st. Wow. I feel so much better and the quality of my sleep has improved. It's amazing, Karen. Awesome. Tara says, I'm proud of myself for prioritizing time to get more movement. I'm proud of myself for learning and utilizing knowledge to eat cleaner. I'm proud of practicing let them. I'm proud of being intentional with being present with my husband. I'm proud of the relationships I have with our adult children. Beautiful. Annie says, I'm proud of myself for cultivating a reading practice in the last few months. For so long, I identified as just not a reader, but it turns out I love to read, just needed the right books. Ooh, these are so good. This is why we share, because such wisdom in this community. So thank you for sharing. We'll move into our second exercise. And this is a self-love exercise called the I deserve list. Okay, so you're going to write a list of things that you deserve this week, both big and small. Okay, so my examples: I deserve enough quality rest and to say yes when my partner offers to take the girls at night or in the morning so I can get some sleep. I deserve to take time to myself and have a self-care routine in the mornings before the day begins. I deserve time in the garden no matter how busy I feel. And I deserve to take a bath and relax. Okay, so just about 2 minutes here. We'll take 2 to 3 minutes. And you're just making a simple list of things that you deserve this week from a self-love perspective. What can you gift yourself? All right. One more minute. Love for you to share. What do you deserve this week? What came up as you did this exercise? Karen says, I deserve to take a break from work when my cat wants to cuddle. Beautiful. I deserve to make cooking nutritious meals easy. Beautiful. Karen, I deserve to enjoy the book I'm reading. Sarah says, I deserve rest and nourishing food to help me feel my best. I deserve a schedule that prevents me from feeling depleted. I deserve downtime to read, meditate, or take a bath so I can recharge. Awesome. Love this. Okay, continue to share if you want to share all you deserve this week. We'll move into our next exercise, which is a clarity exercise. And this is called Stop, Start, Continue for self-love. Let's see, Carrie said, I deserve to give myself grace as I absorb what a big change at work means for me. Yes, Carrie. Awesome. So this exercise, as I said, stop, start, continue for self-love. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to reflect on your habits and write some things that you could stop doing to yourself, some things to start doing to yourself, and some things to continue doing for yourself. Okay. So for example, I said, stop overscheduling yourself in a way that leaves you falling short over and over. Stop feeling like you aren't doing enough. Stop eating foods that don't make you feel good. Start beginning each day in the garden. Start prioritizing daily podcast walks. Start making it more of a priority to connect with friends. And continue avoiding sugar and alcohol. Continue reading your goals. Continue chasing your dreams. All right? So a few minutes here to think about what you can stop doing, start doing, and what you might continue doing. All right? About 1 more minute. Share in the chat if you'd like. Knock that up. And if you'd like to share, feel free. Wendy says, stop just saying yes. Stop the negative self-talk. Start saying no. Start saying no. Start telling the negative voice to be quiet. Say positive affirmations. Continue eating healthy, going to Self-Care Society classes, and continue shining. Awesome. Karen says, start looking at my list of home tasks that need to be completed before the move and take action towards one of them this week. Jess says, stop saying should have and embodying perfectionism. Start scheduling Jess days, solo days. Continue sitting outside for lunch. Yes. Tara says, stop excessive phone and social media use, scheduling without my needs by priority. Start honoring limits for phone and social media use, creating intentional time and schedule for myself, consistent wake up times and morning routines, and continue prioritizing movement and clean eating and connecting to others and daily reading for 30 minutes. Great. Love this. If you want to share anything else, feel free. These are really beautiful. And what I'd encourage you to do is to actually, in some capacity, schedule these in, especially the starts and the continues, if the continues can use support too. I guess especially at the starts. But you could also schedule in the stops too if you wanted to, but something to help you actually integrate this work, right? To not just come to class and say, this is what I want to do, and then forget about it and go into your day, right? To take what we talk about here and what we uncover and what we decide and bring it into our real life. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever systems you use, Post-it notes or whatever it is, I encourage you to actually think, okay, how do I now integrate this? Carrie says, stop worrying about things outside my control. Stop eating foods that don't make you feel good. Elizabeth says, stop binging calming activities when you're bored of them. Start shifting your space when you feel stuck. Continue listening to Spanish daily and using Finch and Bearable to track your goals and your symptoms. Awesome. Okay, so we'll move into our next exercise, which is an intentionality exercise called Self-Love Challenge for the week. And this should be pretty fun. You're just going to look towards the week ahead and schedule one self-love task for each day of the week through Friday. Okay, so you can list out Monday through Friday and put one for an idea for each. Okay, so take an afternoon bath on Monday. Tuesday, make a special tea drink and sit on the patio. Wednesday, take the day off and spend it in the garden. I usually take Wednesdays off anyway, so just really making that extra special. Thursday, go on a solo hike. And Friday, get dressed up and wear lipstick. All right. So if you could pick one self-love task for the next 5 days, starting today, what would that look like? got 1 more minute. Right. Come on back. Come on back, my friends. Again, if you want to share, as always, you can drop it in the chats. I am going to paste our final exercise here, so we have a little bit of time to do it. And it's a support exercise called permission slip. So you're going to write yourself a permission slip to do and be whoever it is that you want to be. Okay, so just let it flow. So my example, I said, Danica, I give you permission to be multi-passionate and to go after all the dreams you want, even when you sometimes feel spread thin. You have permission to rest and to be totally unproductive. Rest is productive, by the way. That's why I have that in quotes. I give you permission to trust yourself and to know that you can guide yourself with deep wisdom. You have permission to play, and so on. Okay, so we're going to wrap up class today with a few minutes to give ourselves the ultimate permission slip for whatever it is that we need to hear. All right, so about 3 minutes here. Start wrapping up. Sorry, it's a little loud. All right. So if you'd like to share anything in the chat, feel free before we wrap up class. Cindy says, Cindy, I love you. I do love you. Cindy, I give you permission to relax without guilt. Beautiful. Tara says, Tara, I give you permission to take time to be still and breathe, to do what feels best for you, to recharge and to say no to what doesn't feel right for you. Love that. If there's anything else anyone wants to share, feel free. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Sarah. I hope you're feeling a little bit more self-love. Remember, do what you can to take this work and integrate it into the week. I don't say that to put extra pressure on you or extra to-dos by any means. It's more simple than that. It's just sort of choosing to take action where you can naturally and just remembering these little tidbits that came up as we did the exercises and bringing them into this week. Yeah, Annie says, I could definitely see myself doing the prompt weekly in my Sunday planning time. Oh, this last permission slip. Yeah, for sure. Love it. I'm so glad you guys liked this class today. Thank you for being here. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you in live class on Friday, or some of you in live class on Friday. I wish you an amazing week. Thank you for being here. And yes, I'll see you very soon. You've got this. You matter. Your dreams matter. And it is my pleasure to guide you in this and to know you. All right. See you later.